a few examples on multiplying and adding radicals. So in the first one we can't add any of these because our term is not the same. We need all these to be the same term. So what we're going to do is simplify. This one's already simplified, so I'm going to simplify this one as the square root of 25 times 2. And this one I'm going to simplify as 4 times 2. And when you do that, you're going to get 3 square root of 2 plus, it's going to be 5 square root of 2 minus, now when you take the square root of 4, that equals 2. You have to multiply that by 4. So square root of 4 times 4 is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. Now, because these are the same, it's like terms, we can add all this up. And when you do that, you're going to get 8 square root of 2 for these two, minus 8 square root of 2, and that equals 0. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So we're going to get cube root, and this is multiplying 2 times 4, that's 8. And just multiply 2 times 4, plus, and distribute there, cube root of 2 times 12 is 24. So the cube root of 8 is just 2, and on this one I have to write this as 8 times 3. So this one equals cube root of 8 is just 2. And then you're left with still the cube root of 3. So your final answer is going to be 2 plus this one, because those equaled there. So that's going to be 2 cube root of 3. That's your final answer there. And your next one is this one. The first one I'm going to take care of is this. 25, 20 plus 5 is square root of 25. So here we have 2 times the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is just 5, and 5 times 2 is just 10. So this whole thing equals 10. And I'm just going to multiply 10, distribute it, and multiply this way. So you're going to get 40 square root of 2 minus 30 square root of 5. And you can't combine these because these are not the same. The next one we have is this one. It's the best thing to do on this. You might want to simplify this one first. Let's go ahead and do that. So we have square root of 5 times the square root of 10. Square root of 45 is square root of 9 times 5, which is 3 square root of 5. So I'm going to go ahead and write it like that. Now, unless you have a calculator, and then you can just do it that way. So basically we get square root of 50 minus 15, minus 3 for this one. And square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is just 5. Now, the square root of 50, you can write that as square root of 25 times 2. That just equals 15. So what you're left with is 5 square root of 2 minus 15. Okay, on this one, I'm going to go ahead and just multiply through because all of these are cube roots. So I have 4 cube root of 72 plus 5 cube root of 54. And then what we want to do is try to find our cube roots of this. So we have, let's see, 4, and how can we break up 27, and 72, and if I do 8, That's not going to work. So let's, if I do 8, I think 8 times 9 is 72. And for the 54, I have the cube root, that's 27. So that's going to be 27 times 2. Now my cubes are the 8 and the 27. So let me clean this up here. I can write this as, okay, I'm going to pull out the 8. Cube root of 8 is 2. And we're left with cube root of 9. And then for the second part, cube root of 27 is 3. This part is 3, so that's going to be 5 times 3. And we're left with the cube root of 3. So combining all this, I'm going to get 8 cube root of 9 plus 15 cube root of 3. And I think this should have been a 2, right? Did y'all catch that? This should have been a 2, so this has to be a 2 as well. Sorry about that. The next one I have is this one, and it's merely just simplifying everything. So basically we have 8. They're all square roots, so it makes it a little easier. So this is going to be 9 squared times 10. And this one, we want square roots, so we can use 4. This one you have 24 times 10. This one's going to be 9 times 15. And this one's going to be 25 times 10. So for these, the one we're still got to work on is this one. So this one's just going to be square root of 81 is just 9, so you can pull that out. 9 square root of 10. This one's going to be square root of 25 is just 5, so that's minus 5 square root of 10. And I'm going to keep this right now. I'm going to go ahead and break this up as 4 times 6. When I do that, I'm going to get 4 times the square root of 60. We're going to have to fix that one. And then this one, we're going to get plus 3 square root of 15. Square root of 9 is 3. Now, I'm going to fix this one here, but this is going to be 4 square root of 10. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and add this one, 3 square root of 15. And I can go ahead and break down 60 further. And that would be 15 times 4. And therefore, you're going to get this equals square root of 4 is 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. So you get 8 square root of 15. So that changes to that. So we get 4 square root of 10 plus 11 square root of 15. All right. I think I should have had a minus here. Well, I already took care of the minus. Okay, next one. It's all cubes, so on the cube ones, this one's easy. The cube root of 216 is just 6. And then for the 48, we need a cube root with 48 in it. And that's going to be 4. I'm going to take that as 8 times 6. And for this one, I'm going to use 216 times 2. And sometimes you have to keep breaking these down. So this one's going to be cube root of 8 is just 2. And the cube root of 216 is just 4. And so we're going to get, I think it's 6 square root of 2. And don't forget, these are all cubes. Again, cube root of 8 equals 2, and the cube root of 216 equals 6. And the last two we have are factoring. So we just have to FOIL it together. Square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is just 5. When you multiply those two, you just have to keep it inside. That's 5 times 2, which is 10. When you multiply these two, you're going to get square root of, this is going to be a minus 2, square root of 30. And you multiply these two to minus square root of 12. And basically we're done, but we can simplify this one. This one is the square root of 4 times 3, so that's 2 square root of 3. So I'm going to rewrite this as 5 plus square root of 10 minus square root of 30 minus 2 square root of 3. And we can't simplify any further. These are considered unlike terms. Now for this one, I'm going to multiply. You get square root of 100 minus square root of 300 plus square root of 54, and then minus 54 plus 54, this would be 27 times 6 is 162. Square root of 162. This just equals 10. And this one, I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to do 100 times 3. And this one, I'm going to do 9 times 6. And on the last one, I'm going to do 81 times 2. So we have 10 minus square root of 100 is 10. You can pull that out, times the square root of 3. And we already took care of this one. That's 9 square root. Oh, I didn't do that one right. This would be square root of 9 times 6, which is actually 3 square root of 6 minus 9 square root of 2. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.